What is up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. In this video I want to talk about something that is really important for us all right now, and that is responding to chaos. So we are all aware of the global pandemic that we are facing right now, and at home in New Zealand we are about to join many countries in a full nationwide lockdown that's going to last for 4 weeks. What I want to do in this video is to share some of my personal experience, and I'm hoping that this will help others to navigate this really challenging time. Right now we are living in this situation that is completely beyond our control, and it's really shaking things up differently for different people. And whilst it is not up to anyone to judge other people for their unique experience during this time, I know that there is a way that we can all grow from this experience, and I want to shine a light on that in this video. There are really 3 ways that people are, responding to what is happening in the world and dealing with it. And first situation is where people really contract and they numb themselves, and they are essentially shrinking below the level of thinking about what's going on. Maybe they are binge watching a TV series, maybe they are drinking a lot, maybe they are using drugs. Whatever they're doing, they are essentially escaping their own thoughts so that they don't have to deal with them. The second situation and the second way that people are able to deal with this is, or not deal with this, is, people are losing control of their thoughts, and they are being consumed by fear and by stress and anxiety. They're really, slipping into the chaos that's around them. And the third way that we can all learn to deal with this is to expand, to turn inwards, and to rise above the chaos that is going on around us. And hopefully in this video I can share some ways that can kind of open that door for you guys, and maybe some of you that didn't see that there was this option of being peaceful right now will be able to see that after watching this video. So I want to share a bit more about these different chaos responses, and I really hope that this video helps for some of you to navigate this difficult time in a way that is empowering for you. The first response to chaos is to contract and to shrink away, to numb yourself, and to escape from actually thinking and feeling about what is going on around you. And this is a really common response when people are feeling overwhelmed by what is going on around them. Sometimes it's easier to look away, and some people will switch off completely and try to escape the situation by numbing their feelings. Maybe they're drinking a lot of alcohol, maybe they are, just watching, movies or whatever, so that they're never actually consciously thinking about what's going on. And when we're doing this, we are essentially shrinking below the level of conscious thought. We're switching off. This method of escaping only works for so long, because when someone comes conscious that they are doing this, they can no longer do it. This is often a sort of a subconscious programming response. People learn throughout their lives that whenever emotions get too deep, or whenever conflict around them gets too much, their solution is just to switch off and to withdraw and to shut off their feelings, and then they don't have to deal with it. So we can think about this sort of response as out of sight, out of mind. People are just completely switching off to what's around them. But when the time comes that you actually become conscious that you are doing this, you're really left with 2 choices on how to move forward. And those 2 choices are the 2 other levels of response, which I'm going to share now. The second and really common response to chaos going on around us is to be consumed by the mind and thoughts of fear and stress and anxiety. The thing about fear is that it is nothing more than a thought form. Fear and stress and anxiety are projections of yourself into some future event or situation that may or may not ever happen. If you can understand that your fears are imaginary projections of some future thing that might happen, it's really easy to see how detrimental your thoughts can become. When we emotionally embrace the chaos that's going on around us, it is not uncommon to feel extreme anxiety and stress, and that leads to a lot of internal suffering. The more you embrace the fears of what could go wrong, what if I go broke? What if I lose a loved one? The more you embrace those possibilities, the more they grow and they start to really consume you. It's easy to understand then how it can be really exhausting to run from our fears. It soon becomes unbearable, and then we are left with really two choices. We can either switch back into the first response, which is to just completely numb ourselves, or we can elevate and expand into the next chaos response that I want to talk about. We all have another option right now. We don't have to be afraid, and we don't have to numb ourselves from what's going on. And I really hope and pray that so many of you will listen to this and see this path illuminating before you with everything that is happening in the world right now. Third way that we can deal with chaos is to expand and to rise above our thoughts. The thing about life is that every hard or unfortunate experience holds within it some sort of blessing for us and a really great opportunity for us to learn if we are ready to see it. Right now, in some way, we are all being shoved outside of our comfort zone, and we have no choice but to weather the storm that is going on around us. And the truth is that it is the times where we are forced outside of our comfort zone, when we have no choice but to weather the storm around us, that is where our greatest power lies to actually grow and to rise above. Deep within us all, there is a space where fear doesn't exist, and there is a space where we can always find peace, a space where we are grounded so firmly in who we are that we can overcome anything. To some of you, this might sound a bit far-fetched, but when you learn to experience life from this level of awareness, and you learn how to access this state of inner peace, you become so powerful no matter what is going on around you. A ship cannot sink unless water gets inside of it, and right now we can all be unsinkable ships if we choose to keep the water out. I think this is a really helpful analogy, and I will use it again in future to illustrate how we can all navigate the stormy seas that we are currently in. One of the simplest ways that we can experience the present moment that I'm talking about, that quiet and peaceful place, is to focus on our breathing. If we can find somewhere quiet and peaceful, and we can sit with our eyes closed and focus only on our breath, we can access that space that is the present. Breathwork is just one way that we can access the present moment, because when we are solely focused on our breathing, no thought can exist. And it might be difficult to begin with, because as you're sitting there focusing on your breathing, thoughts will pop into your head to start with, and it's really important to know that when thoughts arise, you can just acknowledge them and let them float away and return to focusing on your breathing. This is the simplest form of meditation. You can focus on feeling your lungs expanding and contracting and feeling the breath fill your body. This is something so simple that you can do anytime or anywhere, and you can do it whenever a fearful thought arises or whenever you start to feel anxious about something. Just find somewhere quiet, close your eyes. Just as little as 3 deep breaths can bring you back to the present moment and stop your thoughts from escalating. So why is the present moment so powerful? In the present moment is where we all have an unshakable and an unsinkable foundation where fear cannot exist. I mentioned earlier that fear and anxiety are thought creations. They are projections of thought into the future. But if we are truly present, there is no future. There is no room for those thoughts to arise. The more we learn to access this peaceful space within, and the more that we can experience life from this place, the more we can choose to feel gratitude, love, and hope. I want to close this video just by saying, if any of you are feeling stressed and isolated, please reach out to me, send me a message, a DM, an email, and I will do my best to respond to anyone who reaches out to me at this time. I really encourage you guys to lean into the quiet space that we are all being given in front of us right now, and to give yourself permission to take a pause and to rest, reset, and change. Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you have found this video helpful. Please let me know in the comments if you have any questions or anything that you would like me to talk about in a future video. I look forward to talking to you guys again soon. Take care and be safe out there.